Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca and with an episode review of Queen Sugar. Girl, they are back. Them border loans is back, baby. They are back like they never left. And I am so happy because, girl, why my stuff ain't right? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, y'all can see me. Okay. I'm so happy this season is back. I really thought we had seen the last of them. I was done with honey. I thought they had got rid of everything that made me come over there and see them. They already had ended the have and have nots tragically. We lost the what you call them other people? The bishop and them over there at the Greenleaf Estates, they closed down on us. And then we was faced with possibly not getting us any more Queen Sugar, but they back, girl, they back. So we're gonna be doing these reviews. I will be doing them in pre-record format like I used to do. And the way I do my reviews, some episodes out, if it pulls me in, I'm gonna go line by line, damn near. That is the review. Today is going to be just an overview of everything that happened. And as always, we don't have to agree to we don't have to agree all the time. Sometimes we're not going to agree on certain things that happen in this series, and it's okay. We agree to disagree as long as we do that respectfully down in that panty section, aka the comments. Okay. So let's get right on into it. We welcome back the borderlines, honey. We start off with Micah. He's at school. He's back at Xavier. The world is starting to move around again after being under quarantine for so long. So he's back at Xavier, but he's doing like he is in this program to where he has Zoom classes at another university with this teacher who seems very intrigued at how his mind thinks. You know, Michael is very pro-black. He very he pro black. He's anti police. He's anti anything that can break down to the mental status of the black man. He is all about his color and how to empower us as a people of color. The teacher is loving that. Everything is going good on his first Zoom classroom interaction with this teacher. But I noticed she sure had a lot for Micah, and we're gonna get into why she had so much interest in Michael West. Okay, so Michael, the man name is Davis West. Okay, Michael West. Okay, child, I have to forget these I have to remember these people sometime. So he's doing well. After he gets off the Zoom meeting, he then gets a call. It's a FaceTime from his mother, Charlie. She's over in California. She's at this summit meeting of some sorts, but Charlie is also there for more than just business. She's partaking in a little pleasure. Because her and Davis have reconnected. That's right, her and Davis have reconnected. I guess when he took care of her during her COVID and how, he was so concerned, it reminded her of the man he used to be. And I guess from that, they decided to reconnect or whatnot. And it's all good, I guess. Um, Nova's doing fine. She got her little online website and her online paper, True Papers. They are all about pro-black activity right now. The big thing is she has an upcoming vaccine drive for the people of St. Joe, and she's also trying to work on a project to bring forth possible defunding of the New Orleans Police Department due to racism and brutality. Okay, and she's got this guy lined up that she's been talking to. He's an officer on the New Orleans Police Department, who is, although afraid, feel like a change need to come. And he's telling her, look, the man you had in your house may not be as what's the word for it? He may not be as awful as some of these others, but he took part in some of the stuff and that goes on in the department. And she is like, her goal is to, first of all, She ain't got no tunnel vision. Ain't like she don't realize who Calvin is or what Calvin has done. We done that in the last season. But her thing is to make the public aware. And by the public becoming aware, maybe those steps will help aid them in finding a way to defund the police department there. Okay. So we see a pregnant Darla. She's headed out to go into town to Ain't Bias because everybody's going to be a part of helping Nova with this vaccine drive, right? She's asking Ralph Angel, do you want to ride with me into town? Maybe stop by, say hi to some people. Well, if you remember on the last episode, last season, Ralph Angel and Vi got into it. Vi is the matriarch of this family, and she has had a hand in raising all of them, including little baby Blue. Blue is one of those exceptionally smart children, and he was accepted into the school of higher learning or excellent learning, however you want to say it. He was invited, well, he was accepted into this school, and it would be good for him to go. His parents felt like that was a good idea. However, Aunt Vi did not feel that it was a good idea. She said, we're in the middle of COVID and he can get the same education and be the same little brilliant boy here in St. Joe that he can be up in DC. Well, the parents didn't agree. Ava got mad. She said some things out of her mouth toward Ralph Angel, and it's been up there ever since. And neither one of them, strong, stubborn borderlines, are willing to make amends at this point. He feel like if she want to come apologize to me, she know I be. And she feel like if he want to call and apologize to me, he know where I'm at. So right now, they're not willing to have the conversation. And to be honest with you, although I adore me some Aunt Vi, I do sometimes feel like Aunt Vi steps a little bit. She get out of place with people. You can love a person so much that, but you still have boundaries that you have to respect. Ralph Angel and Darla are the parents of little baby Blue. If they say they want to do something with their child, you may not agree with it, but you have to allow the parents to make the decisions that's going to affect their child's life, just like you made the decisions that you had to make to affect their lives when your brother Ernest was in need and you were helping him raise those children, especially after the wife Trudy died. So hopefully in this season we can see them have a their moment because both of them had the best intent for little Blue. Vi has just got to learn that these children are grown now and you can't continue to try to tell them what you think is best for them and expect them to listen. They're gonna make their own way. Now, let's go back to Charlie and Davis for a minute. He wants her back. He wants to make her happy again. And she is happy. She trying to wrap her mind around it and believe that it's true and there ain't gonna be no more cheating and doing things to throw her off. She's praying for everything to work out, right? Then they discuss um her new role now, her invite to this leaders summit. And he's very proud of her. She's just happy that she's involved and grateful for the invite. She feels like she is actually going to be a part of something that is bigger than herself. And that she just waiting to see what's going to happen. He says that he's there for her regardless of what she wants to do, no matter how far she wants to go with her political aspect, her political aspects. He's going to be down for her the way she was down for him at the beginning of his career. Then they switch back to talking about the seriousness of their relationship. He don't want to be a secret anymore. And she said, well, if you don't want to be a secret and we're seriously going to try to make this work again, maybe it's time to tell the family. And he was like, yeah, it's probably time to tell the family. Now, we see Ralph Angel, hard times have been hit in St. Joe. We had the pandemic slide through, the virus that shut everything down that led to the virus, to the pandemic. And the money just wasn't coming through. The crops wasn't quite what they should have been. Okay. So Ralph Angel has been taking these payday loans, and he has exceeded the amount of payday loans that he could get without requiring a background check. Well, he feel like this the last one I'm gonna have to make because see, he also has a project in mind. He's trying to get the black farmers in that area to go in and sign in for a lawsuit that will possibly benefit the black farmers in the area who have suffered as a result of the pandemic. He wanted a piece of the pie. But you still got a lot of the black farmers that are afraid to get involved because they don't know if it's actually going to pan out, or they don't want to waste time. These are old old fashioned thinking type of farmers and things of that nature. But Ralph Angels is very optimistic that it's going to turn out in their favor, right? Okay, so he done applied and got this other loan. Now let me see where we at. Like I told you, Nova is in her bag. She's talking to this officer. Apparently, he's an officer with the New Orleans Police Department. He wants to come forth and do an article or do an interview and get the word out there about the brutality and the racism that lives inside of the New Orleans Police Department. He is nervous, but he feels like it's time for something to be done because it's many people of color that don't get a fair shake in that department. And it's because the good old boys network has kept everything under wraps. Well, see, he ready to spill tea. And in some capacity, Nova's beau, Calvin, was involved in all of this. So she know what it is. Her goal is to put the message out in hopes of getting defunding possible in the department. Okay. It's dangerous, but she's promising the officer that he is going to be safe. Okay. Now we see Hollywood over there going through some of his mother's belongings. Last season his mother succumbed, I think, to the corona. And it's been an uphill battle for him to try to get past, for him to just grieve. He ain't never gonna get past that, but for him to grieve. And we saw him looking at different things, different memorabilias, and taking him back to a certain place. But you also saw the sadness and knowing that that is just simply that, a memory. There won't be any more additional memories that he'll make with his mother. But it's good to see that he's at least opening up some to the possibility of healing. Okay. Um, Remember that woman that I told you that was at Micah's Zoom, the teacher, right? Who was so into how smart and intelligent he is and how his mind works much on a higher level than a sophomore in college, right? Well, she feel like that way because she's banging Micah. That's right. Micah was supposed to meet her with Vi before they go down to the vaccine drive for breakfast, but he done slept in. Now, when she called him to let him know next time, take some time out to value my time like I valued yours. I had fixed all this good stuff for you to be able to have breakfast, and you just, disregarded me. You didn't show up. He lying time out he was at the library. She said, "Oh, young people still go to look. You're a grown man. I don't care what you're doing. Just next time, be more mindful when it comes to my time, because I took time out to spend time with you. Hang up with that with Ain't That, and here come the teacher out the back with a towel on. I wonder how Charlie gonna feel about the teacher banging her son. Mm. I said, no wonder she thought he was so intelligent. You little cougar thing, you. But they grown. Ain't no crimes being committed, but it's some moral compasses being swayed up in that thing. Now Nova is having the vaccine drive, okay? She done picked up Prosper to attend, and Vibe been working hard helping her with things of that nature. Prosper spirits are much better than they were last season. Last season, he sat on that TV so hard, and all he saw was despair. And now here's the vaccine that gives people some hope that that it's not over, it's not the end of the world, that better days may in that come. Okay, so he's just thanking her for that, and he told us a little bit of where he was yesterday, opposed to where he is today. Now down there by in Hollywood's little shop, they setting up snack bags for the people that's going to attend the vaccine drive. And then she leaves him to continue to do that because she said she had something she needed to take care of. Now, girl, what's going on? Ralph Angel starts to get these delinquent calls, these delinquent bill notice calls. You know, when the bill collector get to calling you on the phone and you know, he's saying that, you know, things didn't come out. He wasn't able to repay his money because the crops wasn't quite what he wanted it to be. You know, they had been under the pandemic, and you know, as many of us may have experienced, these bill collectors don't give a damn now because they feel like we went through that too, but we still need to call you to find out when you can make a payment. So he getting them type of calls. Now he's hoping that while he's at this drive, that he's able to get these black farmers on board because the deadline to file or be a part of this lawsuit is vastly approaching. So he's going to use this as an opportunity to get as many people involved or get them interested as possible during the drive. Okay. Now, Biden took her ass on over to the London Lounge and dropped off a sack of food to someone we don't know who that is quite yet. But I can't wait to see who that's gonna possibly be. It better not be who I think it is. But y'all will know as the episode, as the season go on, when we find out who on the other side of the door, whether or not it's who I think it is. I ain't gonna put it in the atmosphere yet because I might be wrong, but I won't let you know. Now, we all down to the vaccine drive, right? Micah taking photographs. He using his photography skills. You know, folks are arriving to get their vaccine. Ralph Angel talking to the farmers about the lawsuit. Some, of course, is apprehensive, feel like they don't know if it's going to yield any results. He's telling them, listen, let's just come to this meeting that we got set up because the time to sign up for this lawsuit is fastly approaching. So just come through, listen to what we're talking about, and then hopefully that'll convince you to want to sign up, right? Okay. Now, here's the dilemma. They're giving out more vaccines than it appears that they have. Now, this drive is supposed to be for the people of St. Joe, but folks from other parishes, neighboring parishes, heard about it, and they're trying to get in here. Now, nobody don't want to turn nobody away, but it's getting to, they're running out of vaccine. And again, people pre-registered for this, and it's supposed to be for the people of St. Joe. Folks is not understanding that when she made the announcement that, look, we will try to do a vaccine drive at another time, but this is dedicated to the people who have pre-registered, who live in the town of St. Joe. Folks weren't trying to hear that. In fact, you had one person, a family of white people that was in this pickup truck with a Confederate flag on the front. I said, oh, it's going to be a problem with them. The woman gets to talking about she works in the medical field. She works there in healthcare, and that her husband and her son have underlying conditions. So it's very imperative that they get it. When Nova asks for her identification, she don't have it. She must have left it at her job at work. So she had to tell them, look, you have to have your ID in order for me to get somebody to come over to the car and administer these vaccines. The man get mad, he roll off. You got people out there start stealing out of the little containers where they keeping the vaccines, I guess room temperature or whatever they have to be in order to be viable samples. I mean viable dosages. They stealing them. You got people coming in from other cities, I mean, other parishes, trying to bogart their way in. And we had this one episode where a lady, a black lady, had been sitting in her car since early that morning waiting. Everybody know who she is. So Nova called for them to go ahead on and give her her shot. But oh no, there's this white lady in front of her who feel like, oh no, I don't care. How you know I don't stay in St. Joe? I got my ID. How you just gonna skip over me for her? She's not proving that she stay in the city. They're steady telling people if you don't live in the town or the parish of St. Joe, this is for the people in St. Joe. It got so bad they had to call the police. Now Micah wasn't feeling Nova having to call the police, but she said, well, what am I supposed to do? I don't want things to get out of hand. They got out of hand anyway. Police come, he got a chip on his shoulder because he know about these articles and these interviews that she's doing, trying to defund the police. And he ain't focused on doing the right thing, which is getting some order and some decency going on in this situation. If it was set up for the people of St. Joe who's pre-registered, those are the ones that need to be getting the vaccine. She had already told Darla, go send a text message out to everybody that's pre-registered so we'll know who they are and we come to their car because there wasn't nobody willing to move and come back or anything. They was just like, we want the vaccine. This is supposed to be a spot we can get it, and we ain't leaving until then. So the lady who was sitting in her car, who had left her ID at home, but she didn't think it was that big of a deal because everybody around there could verify she was a resident. The cop told her she would have to go home and get that identification and come back to get her vaccine. Not because that's the right thing to do, but because he wants to be an ass because he's pissed off. One, he's taking up for the white lady who is ahead of the black lady saying that I was here first and I should be able to get this dose of this vaccine, whether I live here or not. That's what y'all said. And why do I have to wait if you're going to go and choose her over me? And I was here before her. He looking out for her at the same time trying to stick a fork in Nova's back because she is getting these interviews and people trying to come against the New Orleans Police Department um for their corrupt ways, basically. So, girl, what ends up happening is Prosper was over there having the same talk. Because Vi had told old girl, leave your car there, I'm going to take you home to get your ID so you can get your vaccine. The cop didn't appreciate that, but what could he do? Mr. Prosper over there having the same problem. A lady got out of the line to go to the bathroom. She come right back. She's a resident. She has an ID. But this other white lady who wants to get the vaccine, who don't live in the area, is getting upset saying that it's not fair. So instead of the cop coming over, another young cop coming over and trying to calm the situation, he automatically gets to telling Prosper that Prosper needs to tone it down in how he's speaking. Prosper, like, I don't need to tone nothing down. I'm trying to explain to this lady. First of all, this young lady was here first. She just went to the bathroom. Secondly, she has her ID and she is a resident. I ain't never seen her before. But the cops didn't want to hear that, so they kept pushing at Mr. Prosper, kept pushing at Mr. Prosper. And the bit ended up knocking that man down, and we saw him laying out. Now, I don't know how bad that fall was, but he pushed the man down. And I'm assuming Mr. Prosper hit his head and he was unconscious, and you just seeing people running over to make sure that he's okay and probably trying to get some medical services out there. And all of that happened because the racist police officers got to stick up their ass because Nova is not backing down. She's going to expose the injustice, the racism, and the brutality that lives within that police department, and they pissed off about it. Secondly, this happens every day in Louisiana. Unfortunately, that's why I love this show so much. I love the way DuVernay and the writers of Green Sugar are able to bring to life, to TV, what happens down here sometimes in certain instances. And that's exactly how they act. I told y'all we're going to do a very, very deep conversation about the sundown towns of Louisiana. We'll talk about it another time. But that's where the episode ended off, honey. We ended up seeing Mr. Prosper laid out there because this cop had knocked him down when all he was doing was trying to explained to the white lady that the black lady wasn't cutting in line and she had a right to be next because she is a citizen and she registered. But that wasn't good enough. They were mad. They wanted to have it their way. They wanted to treat him like he was a second class citizen, and now they knocked him down, and we don't know how badly injured that he will be on the next episode. But that was it. That was all. Y'all get down in the pen if y'all left anything out, because I left some stuff out on purpose. If you feel that that was important, please drop it down below in the pen and we will discuss it down there. In closing, as always, remember you do not have to be great to get started, but you got to get started in order to be great. And it is the depth of your struggle that will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember, if you have not liked this video, like this video on your way out. If you have not subscribed to this awesome channel, please subscribe to my channel. This channel, my backup channel, The Lady Reloader, as well as Bayou Conversations. Make sure that you subscribe to all three of my platforms so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from either one of those channels, you will get a notification and you will be notified to come on over and join in the conversation. You guys have a great remainder to your day. I'm doing the same, child. I'll see y'all next week for episode 2 of season 6 of Queen Sugar. I'm out. Peace.